Hello again and welcome to Arthur Brown Photography. I've done one or two videos recently on old analogue photography, and I said at some point I'd talk about digital cameras that I'd owned as well. Today's subject is really, is there life in an old digital camera? Now, I'm as guilty as anybody of wanting the next new camera that comes out. Although I did stop a while ago, really, because I ran out of money to buy new cameras. But anyway, my first digital camera, I think I might have said in the past, was a Fujipix. It was a Fuji Finepix 1300, which is a 1.3 megapixel. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, nowadays? 1.3 megapixel digital camera, little compact, great. Started me off into the world of digital photography. After that, I bought my first digital SLR in about 2004, I think it was, which was the Canon 350D, I think it was. Yeah, 350. I just bought the body, and I bought one or two lenses to go with it at the time as well. I didn't buy the kit lens, but I bought I think a 24mm wide angle and a 70 to 200 zoom, I think, at the time. Might have been 70 to 150, anyway. And I used that for quite a few years. And great little camera, great image quality, although it's not, great number of megapixels. But the next camera I bought was this one. And now this is the Canon EOS. Right, try and get that to focus, matey. That's better. Canon, and it's a 550D. That's what it was sold at, as in the UK. It may well have been called the Rebel something or other in other markets. Now, I bought this, I think, probably about 2007, I think. And it's been a wonderful little camera. Again, I bought this as a body only. I did end up with inheriting the kit lens, because I think my son bought a 450D with the same kit lens, the 18 to whatever it is, 55 that comes with these. They're not great, but they're okay for snapshotting. But this is an old camera now. You can pick these up on eBay for, well, they're not that cheap actually. A good one will probably cost you between £150 and £200. But that's a lot less than buying, spending £3,500 on a fancy DSLR now, or a mirrorless camera. But is there still a place for a camera like this in today's market? Does it produce good photographs? Well, the answer is yes, actually. This is 18 megapixels, not huge, but it's not far behind the cameras that are still only in the low 20s. And if you're not expecting to crop in a lot, or expecting to produce huge prints or posters or billboards, it actually produces a very good quality picture. Now, I have both ends of the scale. I've got this one at 80 megapixels, and I also have a Canon 5DS, which shoots at 51.5 megapixels. Now that's brilliant, if you want to crop in, if you want huge prints. But it's heavy. It's the file sizes are enormous for storage, and the batteries don't last that long. Whereas this camera, it actually doesn't have the usual, usual Canon batteries. It's got a small little compact one. Now these seem to last forever. I mean, I've been using this camera for weeks now, and I think I probably charged it, 6 weeks ago. I'll just turn it on. Yeah, it's still got full battery in it. It's amazing. Now, I also have a battery grip for this. Now, okay, that perhaps negates the one of the main qualities of this camera is it's small size and lightweight, but it isn't very big. Holds 2 batteries, and if you're travelling, gives you an awful high number of shots without having to resort to recharging. Right, in terms of lenses, this is an APS-C camera, so it'll take the Canon EFS or any other compatible EFS lenses, and it'll also take Canon EF lenses as well. Now, I've got a huge collection of lenses, but this is one of my favourites on here, which is the little Pancake 40mm. Now, this gives an equivalent of about 62 to 65mm if it was on a full frame camera. So it's just slightly above what we consider to be a standard length lens. But it's great for street photography. It just gives you that a little bit more magnification. And it also is very good for close-up photography. It focuses down to about probably about 10-12 centimetres. And it's really good for, and I'll show you some of the stuff I've taken with it later. And being a pancake lens, it almost makes it, this will fit in a coat pocket. Won't fit in a shirt pocket, it'll fit in a coat pocket. I also have the Canon 24mm pancake as well. I can't show you that because it's on the camera I'm filming myself with at the moment, but it's more or less the same size, and gives an aspect ratio of around, it's 24mm, gives an aspect ratio of about 35mm, which is a good, again, moderate wide angle and good for street photography. If you want to travel light, this is a good place to start. I think probably the only camera I've had, or DSLR that I've had, that is smaller and lighter than this was the EOS the 100D, which was ridiculously small. I mean, if you're after a good quality lightweight camera for travel photography and that type of thing, you can't go wrong with this. One of my main worries about going overseas on you planes and trains and things with my expensive DSLR gear is having it stolen. If you buy one of these second-hand for 200 quid, it's not. I know it's painful, but it's not as painful as losing a Canon 5D3 or something. So, this is, I say, good quality. When it was when it was sold, it was there was a subtitle to the marketing that it was a miniature D7, which is was it 7D? Miniature 7D, which is probably about right. It's a very, very good quality camera. As I say, I've been using this for the last few weeks. Give myself a bit of lockdown interest when I can get out. I've done a bit of nature photography with it. And we're going onto the computer now and see if we can put them into Photoshop and see what we've got. So I started off with a landscape. Again, this is done with a 40mm lens, but it does show that this camera has a good dynamic range between light and shadows and good colour rendition. I've started to go in a bit closer here with a 40mm lens, but again, it does show a good range of between the light and the dark colours, and the colours are well saturated. Going on to some more a wildflower here. Again, massive differences in dynamic range between the black background and the white in the centre of the flower, and it's captured the detail well, even if it's only 18 megapixels. Again, showing the close-up capabilities of this lens are probably about 100mm from the subject and 120mm perhaps, and it's picked up a small ladybird bug here on the leaf. Finally here we've got this nice bit of late flowering honeysuckle, and I think this is a great picture, and it could be done on a really expensive camera, but it does show, I think there's a place for a cheap camera like the Canon 550D in today's market. It does go to prove that there is life in old digital cameras, things that you can buy for reasonable prices second hand on eBay, and we don't always have to go and spend thousands on camera equipment to pursue a hobby or even to do commercial work. So if you're looking for a good lightweight travel camera. Cameras are stick in your pocket when you go walking. Something like the 550 or one of its siblings is actually probably a very good buy. So I say, I hope you enjoyed this, and look out for the next video from Arthur Brown Photography. Bye for now.